We've been watching President Obama in the West African nation of Ghana all day today. An Atlanta charter school wanted some students to get some firsthand knowledge about Ghana, the kind you just can't really get in a classroom. Steve Jones is a former social studies teacher with Kipp Ways Academy. He took a group of 8th graders to Ghana 3 years ago, made the whole country their classroom, and Charles King Jr. was among that group. Welcome to you both for being here.
Thanks.
Let me start with you, Charles, since you're sitting right here with me. What did you think as you watched the president there today? It must have brought back many memories.
Yeah, I mean, just being able to reflect on time being in Ghana and experiencing, another country, and basically being, as young as I am, to go out of the country and experience the previous lives of my ancestors.
Sure, the way people live there. Let me ask you something, Steve. I've often said that globalization is about a lot more than cheap sneakers. It's about understanding other cultures and how we actually can get along economically, politically, in many different ways. I'm guessing that was one of the driving forces behind you taking folks over there.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted our students to see their place in a global economy, and just where they fit in this world. And by going to Ghana and taking our students at Kipp Ways to Ghana, they had a chance to actually see another culture that is different, but also is very similar, because that is where, the ancestors came from many years ago. So just connecting those dots for them, I think, was very powerful.
Charles, what surprised you about your experience over there?
I guess the media portrays Africa in general as being a country where they need a lot of help economically and in different areas. But when I went over there, I saw families of all types. They were happy. And normally in America, you find happy families, and then there are some that are not. But in Africa, it's the opposite of what the media portrays.
It seemed different to you?
Yes, to me.
How do you feel that you were received? How did the Ghanaian people see you?
I think they saw me as another tourist, basically, an African American. But in my eyes, I see it as I'm a visitor in their country, and I wanted to be respected and be basically treated the same way as they did. I want to feel a part of them.
Steve, what do you hope comes out of this sort of effort? What would you like to see? When you see the president there talking about the need for countries to stand up and make things happen, what would you actually, in a practical sense, like to see happen here with young people who have been through this experience or others who might go through it?
The biggest thing that I would like to see is just for young students, especially African-American students, to have their eyes and their minds open to Africa, because Africa can serve as a source of power for them, as a source of motivation for them to really excel in life. And by having this rich experience, this really places them in a place of power, so that now, they're thinking beyond just what they can do here, but also what they can do globally, to make it a much better world.
Charles, beyond your experience earlier on, what do you think this has done for your life, for your plan for what you're going to be? You're a young man now, you're going into your junior year of high school. Anything different about you in terms of what you're going to do based on your experience?
Of course. Just going over there and experiencing their lives, it taught me how to appreciate things more. And then from that aspect, it turned me into a person where I like to give more than I receive. And that's just out of the kindness of my heart.
What about your career? What do you think you're going to do for a living?
I want to be just like President Obama. He's the first African-American president now, so I can't achieve that.
That job's taken. You can't have that one.
But I would like to, be an elected official and maybe
public service in some
yes.
fashion. Yeah, and I want to wrap it up very quickly with you, Steve. You must look back 3 years later and say it was a bit of a success. What was your feeling today as you watched Barack Obama depart Ghana?
Well, it was very motivating, because now I see that, President Obama has had the opportunity to shed light on a country that has a rich history, a rich culture, and it basically is pointing to the rest of the world to recognize Africa as a place that has rich resources, a place that has a rich culture, and encouraging other African Americans to go back to Ghana and reconnect to their past so that they can move forward to have a positive future.
Many thanks. Congratulations to both of you on your efforts. Charles
Thank you.
and Steve, good to have you here.
Right,
More disturbing news about a historic